So I played a certain game recently on my DS, and I gotta admit, I was wrong about this franchise. I thought that it wasn't gonna be that fun. It didn't look all that appealing to me, personally, but there's a new remake coming out of Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and I went to my local game store last year. For $9, I seen Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, and I gotta tell you, I'm surprised by it. It gave me some feelings that I never thought that I would have when it comes to a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. Like, I feel like it gives you vibes of the classic Donkey Kong, but it makes you think, and I really like that. Now, the game comes with 8 different worlds starting in World 1, and you're able to create your own paths for these little toy Marios that Donkey Kong was obsessed with. So he stole Pauline because he wanted these toys, I guess, of Mario. And so you got to use these toys to go save Pauline through each level. Each level has their own maze. You can use, sometimes it's 1 toy Mario, sometimes it's up to 5 or 6 toy Marios, and it gets very challenging. And you get to like build ladders, you get to build paths, you get to put trampolines down, different items for different stages in every single world. And it gets more difficult and more tricky the further you go in. And at the end of each world, there's also a boss fight against Donkey Kong, and each and every one is very unique and different. And they get more challenging as you go, and it's kind of fun. So if you were to want to 100% this game, there are these special Mario coins that you can find in each and every level. There also are these cards that you can collect in each level. In every level, if you get all of the cards, then it spells out Mini Mario if you get every single card in every level of that specific stage. By stage, I mean attraction, because there's 8 attractions in the game. As for stages, there's like 8 in every single attraction. Now, they also had other characters in the game that you could utilize that were toys as well, other than Mario's. There also was Peach, there was like a little Donkey Kong, there were some Toads, and I found that kind of cool that there was other toys that you could use, and they had different doors for those, so you had to figure out how to get each one to their door within the time limit of each and every door, because there's a time limit for every single toy that you get inside of a door. Basically, if you get 1 Mario in a door, if your other Marios are not near that Mario, then the time limit will go up and you won't be able to make those Marios through the door in time. Now, in some ways, I feel like this is Mario Maker, basically before Mario Maker was a thing, because you can move different pipes around for them to go through different pipes, make different paths, basically create your own way on how to get your toys to the door, to the goal. Especially if you want to get everything, there's ways where you make specific walls. Your characters go up walls and upside down on walls because of magnetism and science.
Science rules.
There also is a mini game in each level where you make paths and the characters come down through these pipes, and you have to make the paths to where they land, to where they get the most points, and in the end you get a very high score depending on how many you got in the correct points in the scoreboard. And that's just really fun. It's just a mini game that they add in each world at the very end, and there's 3 coins that you can get based on your score. There also is another world in the game called Special Levels, and I didn't dabble too much in this because they are like really tough. But if you really want your brain to work like a lot in a video game, play the special levels in Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and your brain work will really need to be cranking, because the special levels are very tricky and just a lot harder than the base game is. Although the last world of the base game is pretty tough, but the special levels are where it gets really tricky. That being said, I wouldn't say the game is 100% perfect, as there are some levels that have weird designs that are a little bit frustrating, as well as some of the boss fights against Donkey Kong were very frustrating, as there was points when he constantly had stuff throwing down, which was very, very frustrating to me, where there was points where it was like I couldn't strategize a way around it and it took me forever to beat. So that was kind of frustrating in a way, but I get it. I understand what they did there. But for me personally, it's kind of something where I'm like, they could have made that a little less like this and more like that kind of situation. But that's just my opinion on it. Guys, we're allowed to have opinions. I promise you. Also, I will say that the final boss of Donkey Kong in this game was kind of disappointing in a way, because it was really easy. All you did was shoot toy Marios out of a cannon up in the air while he was like on a Ferris wheel type thing that was spinning. and you just had to aim and shoot at him and kind of make sure that your toy Marios weren't hitting like the stuff that he threw at you. And I beat it first try, and it just didn't seem like much of a challenge for a final boss. Like, the previous levels seemed more difficult than the final boss, Donkey Kong, and that was kind of something that kind of disappointed me as well, in a way. But overall, the game was still really fun. There is also something else really cool in the game, and that's called Construction Zone. And this is really where the Mario Maker aspects come in, because you were able to create your own levels in this game, which I think that's super cool. The only downside is, well, Nintendo got rid of the online for the DS, so it's pretty much irrelevant at this point, unfortunately. But yeah, Construction Zone was a thing. You could create levels, post them online, and play with other people, and that was a cool aspect that I think is pretty cool that was added in the game. But unfortunately, the online is gone. However, maybe the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake will do this. I really, really hope they do, because if it's in there, that would be so fun. Also, there's one more really cool aspect about this game. Check this out.
Ow! My head! Hey, you! Come back again! What are you doing?
Overall, the game is really fun, and honestly, I'm surprisingly looking forward to the one on the Switch, because I really didn't think I was into these games because they just didn't seem all that interesting to me. But I got the game for $9 and I liked it. So good news, Nintendo. I guess you get my money for your new Mario game. But that being said, though, my rating on this game would be a solid 9 out of 10. Again, I really enjoyed the game for what it was. I got some gripes with it. I did still really enjoy the game. Solid 9 out of 10, you know, pretty good game. Really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the game if you played it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've played any of these games, which ones you played. Are you excited for the remake? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Maybe subscribe if you're new here. I don't know. I'm just a fool who plays video games because I enjoy them and make videos talking about them. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.